Sorry about that. How's it now? How's the music now? Just finished arm day. My gym is being renovated, so most leg-related stuff weren't available. Plus, I haven't worked on my arms in a minute. Nice. I had back pain from yesterday. Can't hear now. Gosh, dang it. Okay, let's increase it. How about now? I did some minor changes. No, it's all good. Yeah, the back pain's from the door. Trying to get the cat back. So I was struggling with it last night, took some medicine. Still struggled through most of the day with it. Went to the chiropractor, got my whole back adjusted. Not much needed adjusting. So, yeah. If I'm drawing it, I usually do the apps that I'm familiar with. I don't use anything else. No, it doesn't. I don't have insurance. Ginger Snap, how's it going? I could not afford insurance. No, I go to a place called The Joint. I bought like 10 different 10 different visits for like $120 last year, and I'm down to 4 left, so it's illegal to not have car insurance. You can go without on health insurance, especially if you can't afford it. We try to figure out ways to make it work, but it's going. That doesn't sound good. Ginger Snapped. What's going on to make it not sound so good? Oh, you're sick? Big oof. Why is it just this song over and over? That's not what I wanted. This just deal with you right now. So are you? Like, not on the insurance? I mean, if I was on insurance, I would have figured out a way to get this fixed. But never on a good enough insurance. So, it's always just been bare bones. Yeah. Well, we had to figure it out for both of us, and we found out that either way it was going to be triple what we were spending. It was either going to be triple what we were spending on just me, or triple what we were spending on both of us, and we didn't have the budget for that at the time. Or we still don't. So that's still really good. Wait, like copay or like your deductible when that starts activating? It's copay that's but it's your deductible. That's a different story. Yeah, it's when the insurance actually does something. I need to pay. So yeah, the deductible. $2,000 for the deductible, or $2,000 before they. I'm very confused. $2,000 for a deductible for a full year is actually really good. Copay is rough, but yeah, the $2,000 for a deductible is much better. We were looking at like $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 deductibles. So, deductible is how much you have to usually spend before copays go through, or the main. So there's usually a before deductible and after deductible. Before deductibles are usually like the 10% that you have to copay, the $20 for I'm not. This is just generalizing. I'm not a pharmacist. I am not an insurance, but usually it's those like maximum features where you're paying a lot. Then after the deductible, once that is put in, then they start covering a lot more. So then it's maybe more like 5% or $5 for the full thing. For surgeries, $30, things like that. So what a lot of people usually do is plan ahead and try getting as many like checkups that are worth a lot in for their deductibles, and then jumping in it's killing me. And then during the end of the year, that's when they get all their surgeries done and stuff like that. So then their copay is a lot easier and stuff like that. So that's my understanding. I might be wrong because I am neither a insurance. Oh, I'm neither an insurance officer or it's scary when adulting in America. Sadly, that's not going to change anytime soon. Yeah, and the thing is, each state is different. And the states that usually have the better better for all that situation are usually more progressive. Yeah, I live in one of the worst. My favorite Keyblade is Oathbringer. Or Oblivion. Speaking of Keyblade. One sec, I can grab it. At least I can grab my favorite. I think my favorite is Oblivion now that I think about it, because I am this much of a nerd. So, yeah, this is kind of... I either hung up with the regular Keyblade on my door. Oblivion. What's your guys' favorite Keyblades? Circle of Life of Oblivion. Once. Gosh. I'm hoping that this turns out great. I talked to one of the Lorcana artists and I was like, yeah, what do you think about this so far? I know it's not super far, but like, you should have done a Disney character. I'm like, but Sora technically is a Disney character, isn't it? Or is Sora specifically, like, I thought Sora was Disney. And like, not licensing wise, I'm like, oh gosh, dang it, I'm so wrong. Yeah. Because I want to, this is a portfolio piece that I'm trying to do. And yes, it's a fan art piece, but it is supposed to be for Lorcana. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I asked specifically the Lorcana artist, being like, okay, you said that I could do this if it's Lorcana based, you know, and they're like, yeah, they love it when you do it. I'm like, cool. Is it fine if I do just this character? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna say who, just in case if I get in trouble, they won't. So I'm just jealous. That's actually the whole reason why I haven't done Disney specific fan art, because of how rush they are with it. Yeah, that's why I'm like, Kingdom Hearts should be fine, and you know, Disney owns it, right? No, guess not. Guess that's Square Enix. And the Lorcana artist that I've been talking to is like, no, they would love it if you could show that you actually know what you're doing. And I'm like, could you try with the Disney character? I'm like, I thought I was doing that. I thought Sora was Disney. What do you mean? Is that Disney? That's the whole reason I haven't done Kingdom Hearts fan art. It's because I'm worried that he was Disney. So, also, no matter how transformative something is, sometimes the more transformative and inspired by a certain art style something is, the better it looks in a portfolio depending on who you're presenting to, of course. Yeah. I think, actually, you are right on that. Because here's the thing. Last year, for like the 20th anniversary of Kingdom Hearts, they actually did a full-on thing for Kingdom Hearts at the Disney parks. But they didn't have Sora. They had Donald and Goofy. And in recent events, in recent shows at the Disney parks, they've had Easter eggs of a Keyblade. At their parks. So, what I'm saying is, I think you are right, Snowlock, that eventually they'll bring in Sora. And it would be stupid? No, it would piss me off. So, there was some wording that my contact into Lorcana said. That made me question why I shouldn't do Sora. They said something along the lines of, let me see. I'm not going to give the whole quotes because we were talking about critiquing my work and stuff. So. Square Enix is not collaborating with Ravensburger on Lorcana as far as I know. And him saying that to me, when you're under NDA, screams, don't do this, dude, you're gonna get yourself into a hole. Yeah, just be like, so I did this because I think it would be cool. Hey, you gotta take it down. Why? Because I'm actually doing it. Do you want to pay me for my art? But again, I'm gonna do this. I told them I'll make another one where I will make a Lorcana based character off of one of the many Disney characters that's out there. I just don't know which Disney character I would do. That means my friend and me and my friend was just talking about our favorite Disney movie, and we thought about it, and Princess was pretty progressive for its time, no? Man, right. My goodness, did that get so much flack for being what type of movie it was. But you are very correct. It was very, very progressive for its time. Is the least damsel in distress. Yeah. Workaholic, but very non-damsel in distress. Okay. I'm gonna. So since the character Thora is the main focus, I'm going to work on them today. Hopefully, get everything done. You rotoscoping? Are you rotoscoping for Retro X? I got something to say about what they advertised recently. Yes. Oh, cool. Did you see the recent ad that they did for comic books? No, it wasn't what they said. That was the issue. No, not seeing it on Instagram. Well, they probably got some backlash for it because it was on Instagram. No. I don't think you did this one. Let me see if I can find it. They took it down. It's no longer there, so they got backlash for it. Like it was after. So let me see if I can show. Okay, so it used to be right there. Okay, like see, this is the top of their page. It used to be right there, so I would expect it to be there. It's no longer there. Yeah. They deleted it. It was a AI generated comic book ad. So, like it was posted on Comic Book Day. Yes, I'm glad they deleted it too, because I was gonna message you, Ginger Snap, be like, "Hey, why didn't they ask you to make the ad?" But I spaced asking that. Yeah, that's why I was like, that's confusing. That's. That doesn't seem like them. Yeah. I mean, there was some older stuff too that I noticed, but those are the AI stuff for that is gone too because they did an action figure thing. RetroX is a great convention. It's small, it's great for the locals, but because it's a local one for me. Yeah, they had 2 generative images. And I had no idea how to communicate with them. Yeah, I've been keeping up with all that. Don't worry. I used to make videos about that stuff all the time, and then it got too depressing because I kept getting comments. And it really bothered me. No, I used to keep up with all of that. Oh, walking cycle per se. And it was kind of a. They probably got it from a local comic store or something, but the one that really bothered me was the action figure post. Pocket FM ads. Pocket FM. Oh, you mean the full-on, like, Pocket FM, like, full-on stories? Yeah, those are some crazy things that they do for that. I'm not a huge fan of it, but man, does it sometimes confuse me. Snowlock, oh, speaking of random stuff, did you ever get a chance to check out getting the Beat Break deck? Or were you out of luck completely? Yeah, I get those too, and it's kind of dumb. It's just dumb. It's so dumb about those fake ads. Well, like the fake stories. Good video for that. I think East posted a good video on his YouTube channel. You can look up East Digimon, and that should be helpful. Digipanda is always a good one. Um, there's a free Digimon tutorial app. I don't know if they've updated it for everything Beat Break, but they used to have it for the older starter decks. For when I started playing. The professor? Who's the professor? Should I know who the professor is? Or is he that one guy that's Oh! Did you really do a Digimon one? Oh, wow. Four years ago. Yeah, there's a lot that's different from then till now. So, I'm going to show you. I'll show you the Beat Break deck real quick. I got the simulator up. Okay, you guys ready to learn some Digimon? Digimon Simulator, let's go. Let's go random fight. These are for the new set. This is a funny deck. This is just funny. I'm messing around. It's a dumb deck. Doesn't work well. Don't worry about it. Let's get connected. Let's do a random match. Once it gets up, I'll show you how to play the Beat Break deck in all of its full glory. 1 second. Let me try restarting the connection. Might not since I was. We're matching. Cool. Okay. I'm just gonna bring this down. They're going first. Cool. I'm not gonna get greedy, but this is actually a semi-perfect hand. You got your Searcher, Tamer, level 4. Keep hand. I'll keep that. Oh, they're playing Beat Brick too. Easy. Cool. So this is going to be who can get to their level 5s first. Oh, they're playing the control version too. Cool, cool, cool. Safety first. Going to do that using this so I can play this cheaper from hand. Let's go these ones. And now, this is going to set them to 3 no matter what. I don't use this one, but it is a good one still for a specific build. This is more of a control security build. I have the more aggro version. Because there's multiple ways to build the deck. We're going to do that. Add that. Boom. Now, there's a couple ways that they can do this. They're going to promote. Oh, look at that. They have blockers. So yeah, they're playing a very unique build. This is probably closer to the Evolts build. Now what I'm missing is a level 5. Which, not there. There's my level 5. Okay. So they're going to go into Cougarmon. Look at that. They got something taken out. They gained that. So that's what that build does. Is it messes with their security a lot more than mine does. I know this is not what you guys wanted, but this helps with teaching. Right now, I'm pretty set up for getting 2 memory when they set me to this. So if they set me to 1, I'm going to get to 3. If they set me to 2, I'm going to get to 4. If they set me to 3, I'm going to get to 5. Because I have these 2 on the board. They're going to warp into probably Habukarimon, which is the level 6. Because they're going into their level 5, which then will let them use a face down card, which they're going to activate. Oh! Interesting. They used that ability to play out a Geckomon. There's a point on level 5. This is my favorite level 5 of this deck. You can warp into a level 6 for 3. It's amazing. So, since I have the option card, I'm going to use the option card first to tuck under. To draw. Boom! I got a full play. I can destroy him now. Okay. So now I'm going to draw. And then this is going to tuck. Oh, look. I'm at 6 memory. Phenomenal. Okay. So, we're going to go ham now. So I'm going to go into Amelizamon. This one. I'm going to suspend because of their ability when Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Okay? And then, here's the fun part. I'm going to just use Monarch Lysamon, suspend this Tamer first to reduce cost by 3 of the play. And then, since I do know I have Piercing, I am going to clear their board. So I'm going to target their Geckomon, or, yeah. Yes. So I'm going to target their Geckomon first. Art Digivolve, which is new to the Beat Break starter decks. Go into that. Then I'm going to suspend Kyo and Tomura to increase my DP by 3,000. Then, since I know that they have a barrier on the board for this one, I am going to use that on them to de-digivolve their Monarch, which now makes them lose the barrier inheritable. Suspend is tapping. Translation, it's tap in Magic. To play cards. The mana resource is the memory gauge. And then I'm going to battle. So see these numbers right here? This is your memory. This is your resource. Gonna use this to trash that and to digivolve. Boom! 3 checks. Okay? And now they're gonna set themselves up for 4 memory from that. So this is the resource. See these numbers? This is called a memory gauge. Player 1 starts at 0, and then you can go back and forth from there. Because I know that they're gonna get to that, I am going to just let them get all the way to 3 with using the resources to my benefit. How does this memory system work? So see these big numbers on the top corner of the cards? That's how memory, how much the card is worth for the memory. So this costs 5 to use. It is a dual card, so it's used. This costs 3 to use. This costs you 3 to play. So now they're gonna do that, which they cards would be played by trashing the bottom face down card from under any of your tamers, reduce the cost by. So this is a played specific tamer. So this deck has a bunch of resource management cards. They're going to choose Habakarimon. Cool. Now, I'm set up where the next turn I win. If they do not answer my board. They chose Habakarimon, which means they most likely will answer the board. But see, they're going to digivolve for 2. Look, they digivolve for 2. It moved the resource to 0. And now, let's see what they're going to do. They have to figure out a way to clear my board. So no matter what, I'm going to be able to digivolve for 0 into the back here. Go like this, gain 1 memory. This also has gain 1 memory. And okay, cool. So they're going to do cross art. They're going to do arts. Sadly, they won't be able to warp as much as I did. But they're going to attempt to... They're bigger than me. How'd they get bigger? Ah, Kyo. So now they're battling. They defeated my guy. Cool. But that's all they could do. Because they didn't have... They didn't have piercing. Why didn't they... Okay, weird. Go do whatever you need to. So now I'm kind of in a weird spot. But if I look at their board, I can still swing, and I can also take this card away if I wanted to be less aggressive. Because I can use this as an option card to suspend their Digimon and send it to the bottom of the deck, and still being able to swing, which would stall them for at least a turn because they don't have a Digimon in the back and they would have to keep using them. So I'm going to actually risk it and try to get a level 5 first. No level 5s, but I did get a Tomura. Cool. Tomuro's on the board. Got an option on the board. I am going to swing to lower the security that they have by 1. Great. That actually might have just screwed me. Depends on if they choose a tamer or not. Because what that does is it plays a beat breaker going down. Okay, they chose a Digimon. Cool, cool, cool. And they're recovering by 1. Okay. I'm going to use this as its option. Suspending that so they have to use more memory and tucking it to the bottom of the deck. So then they do have to use more resources of the memory gauge. As you're watching, it's going up right now, but I'm forcing them to use more of the resources to get to what they need to. Currently, unless they get something that gives rush, or gains rush somehow, at the end of the turn, I still, unless they clear my board and do that, I still have to. So right now, I'm keeping them on the back foot. Okay. Yep, they're going to -5. Then they're going to use an option card, go into Habakarimon, which means they're going to do 2 checks and clear my board. My life is right here, so there's not necessarily a life gauge. There's shields or security that they have to check. You have to check 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to check 4 more security and then hit me 1 more time. They might actually have it here, because I did not have a level 5 in my hand. And look, they're back up to 2. Oh, they might have it now, because they got, unless they use that ability. I think they just used that ability to swing, so now they got only 2 more checks left. We'll see. Woo! Cool. Are they going to be able to unsuspend again? Doesn't look like it. So I'm at 1 now, they're at 2. So they switched it up on me, which is fine. I'm going to get set to 4. And then I got 2 more of these, so I can go up to 8. So I have the potential for 8 memory. I actually want this because of the amount of memory that I'm going to be gaining. And I will tuck this under a tamer. Yep. Yep. So now I'm at 4. But I'm not done yet. I'm going to gain the memory because I am going to make sure I try to make it either as difficult as possible or I'm going to win this turn. It just depends on a couple couple things. I need to make sure what I have. What level 5s I have in my Josh. And I do not have. Okay, there's that. There we go. Right there. Okay. So. Gonna go into this. Trash that. And then I'm going to pull this out. Suspend. Give jamming to Gekomon. Okay. Now I'm going to Digivolve for 2. Force the suspension. Now do I want to swing into it? Because I will be... do it that way. They're going to barrier. And then they're also going to do the once return. Okay. Let's just go for full tilt. Increase the DP. Decrease theirs. Boom. Is he gonna try saving himself by sacrificing his security? I think I might have it this game. Have it this turn. He's gonna sacrifice. Bad choice, because that's once per turn. Now I'm gonna attempt to delete him. Deleted. He's only gonna be able to suspend. And then there's that. Oh, that actually might that actually changed. Dang. Cool. The final security was a tamer, so he stole the turn. 0 means it's at 0. Dang, he stole the turn from security. Now he's at 7. Goodness gracious. Holy crap. I had game. Security saved him. Because I would have been able to swing again. So now he's using that. He's going to reduce the cost by what? 1? So boom. Here we go again. Plus 5, plus another 3. He might deck out this turn though, which is another way to lose. Is he going to be dumb enough to try battling? Oh, he might just be able to get bigger. Yeah, he got bigger. But can he unsuspend? He already has jammies, so I'm not. Didn't need to go that big. Goodness. Dang. Can he unsuspend? It's pretty much where he's at right now. We're both at 0 security. He's at 2 memory. It's my turn next. We'll see how things go. Pretty much. Let's see what I have. I have 3, 1, 2 of those in here. 3 of those. So most of my top end's gone. It's hit with an ad. I do this? I needed like 2 more memory. Okay. I'm going to clear his Digimon again. How does that activate? It's because this is a searcher and I can choose one of those. Yeah, that's from the card I played. Oh, no, that's your turn. Crap. I need 2 more memory. I mean, I could just go straight for this. For this. Alliance. That's only 12. How do you Digivolve? You just drag on the simulator. You just drag and Digivolve on top, and it does it automatically. But you just play and use the memory. I'm at 0 memory. He is a big boy. I'm trying to figure out how to circumnavigate the bigger one. Yeah, that's it. Still too low. Wait, no I'm not. Cool. I'm just gonna go for this. This is gonna be a really risky. Why does that work? There are 2 separate Digimon. So Beat Break can Digivolve onto Beat Break. That's a specific thing. Trash. Cool. Use this. Okay? Using that as a Digimon. Selecting this to does he have a barrier? No, he does not. Dang it. Okay, that's gonna be game. He wins. I don't have a blocker on the board and he just has to swing next turn. That was a risk, and I failed. He's gonna recover There we go. I lose. That was a tight game. I'll show you another one, because that felt bad. But we'll get back to the art in a second. Why does that work? There's two separate... So, in the Glowing Dawn and Beat Break game, or deck, keep this. So there's this box. It can also Digivolve on level 3 with Glowing Dawn trade for cost of 2. And that's why it works. This is going to be Shine Data Squad. So they're playing Data Squad. So this is the other starter deck that came out. And look, it can Digivolve onto Data Squad trade for 0. Perfect. I love this. Skipping this because of...
to help you out.
Boom. I'll get back to this. One check, two check. That's gonna be for next turn. And since I have reboot, it goes back up. For the Digivolution. No, the Digivolution, you can only Digivolve from stuff in your hand. It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh! In that sense. This deck is just very consistent with how I have it built. So now I'm going to swing. Make it immune and delete one of their Digimon. Boom. I don't need a Digivolve because it doesn't have anything higher than it. Boom. Swing into security again. At a level 3 Gakumon, you can use Kugermon to Digivolve Gakumon 2 Armalizing one, who's level 5 if Armalizing was in your game. No, you can use Kugermon to Okay. I think... So they have 2 memory setters on the board. If I draw a card using this, they're gonna get more, and this is a painter. So they're gonna start at sure. And look at that. They only have tamers. I have a Digimon and 2 tamers. I don't think that deck has Rush. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So let me show you this line. So I went from Gekomon, because this has Glowing Dawn in its Digivolution requirements, I went to Chirpmon. Then Churamon, because it has Glowing Dawn in its traits, Armalizamon, and its Glowing Dawn is right there. And then Glowing Dawn, Glowing Dawn, Glowing Dawn, Glowing Dawn. So this is a trait Digivolution route. Then, -8. Cool. It's tribal. So, tribal is different in the sense of, so this is called a rainbow deck. Tribal in the sense of Digimon is Greymon only, or Omnimon, or Garurumon only type deal. And that person succeeded because next turn I just could promote and swing for game with my Gakomon. I could win with Gakomon because he had no blockers. Yeah. They use a lot of the similar terminologies as Magic, but use it differently. So understand that the memory system halfway through, if memory is 0, you can play as many cards as you want, but the more cards you play, the more cards your opponent gets to play. I mean, you spend 5 memory, your opponent gets to spend 5 plus memory. Yeah, your opponent technically gets to spend 6 memory minimum, because you always have, you can stay at 0 and keep playing. You don't have to, it's that plus. I'm not feeling like I have a whole lot of energy tonight, so switching up to the game was pretty fun. If you have more questions about how to play, let me know. I can switch back to the simulator and go to more of a bot game so I can share. Yeah, if you need me to help you explain, I can go to a bot game with more tribal deck if you need me to. I have a whole list of decks saved on my notes that I can just copy. Well, if you need to, if you want to, I can get one of my older decks that are a little easier to play against. I say a little bit because I have to figure out what. I've made all of my decks for the simulator, and if you want, we can play on the fan-made simulator. I believe you have a computer that runs down. That's pretty much all you need. Or Windows. I got the Mac version, so. But I can still play on. Let me know if you need the link. Yeah, same one. You might have to re-download it. I don't know what. It doesn't automatically update anymore. And if you need, you can either manually put in the decks, or you can find codes for decks on another website. And honestly, if you were closer, I would be totally down to helping you learn the game tomorrow at our local game store. And for those that are local that were interested in the way that the card game plays, let me know. I can help out with that. I don't know if there's many locals on watching my stream. I know there's a couple, but that haven't played the game. honestly, the memory system is what got me into the game. Like, or got me hooked on the game because it's such a unique it's a very unique system. So I highly recommend it. Yeah, so I play more of the aggro way, that I'm just gonna go in. I can get, if I have the right setup, I can clear out the 5 security that my opponent has, and then swing again. All in turn 2. While there's a more controlled version where you're trying to keep your opponent down as long as you can until you can keep swinging for game. And there's multiple decks that do different things like that. Now, the most aggro deck that's out there, currently, in the current format, is Medusamon. My version is... Let me see if I have it. Nope, that's my, what's that? Yep. It's probably upstairs. I'm gonna go upstairs, grab it, so I can show it. I'll be right back. But I gotta grab some water too, so I'm gonna grab some water. I have water right here. I'm gonna go grab the deck real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back. I think I found the deck. Yes, I did. So, don't look, everyone, are you guys doing here? Eyes open. Cool. Sorry, my eye just got in the face by a door, so. So, the reason this is expensive, they require official tokens now. This is where I show. Okay? Official tokens. These tokens are required for the deck. You just need 3 of them for my build. I did order a couple new things I'm going to add to this deck. I do not have the alt arts of this one. But I run 4 of this, and the alt arts for this one are $50 each. This is like $12 last I checked. Probably cheaper now. $5. Another rookie. Alt-art number 1. Main alt-art number 1. That was $30. They require it because they require official tokens. They don't require. They make it. This is Owen Dreadnought. He is a tamer. Yeah, yeah, it's an altar. Altar Medusamon is like $20 now. The altar. Altar option card scramble is like $5. Another full art dollar card. Another scramble. Bucks. Oh, my bad. This is a training, and this is a scramble. All cards confuse me sometimes. Release event card, $5. Release event card, $30. It was $1 when I got it, though. Scramble, $5 for the alt art like this. $30 alt art that I have for Styrakomon. I got this at Nationals. It is currently $60 to $80. Random 5-cent card. $30 alt art of Styrakomon. $5 release event card. Basic card, basic card, basic card. They're all 5 cents. Alt art. Medusamon. Owen Dreadnought, the $30 to $50 card. Release event card, which is like a $2 right now for Cyberdramon. Medusamon alt art again. Release event version of this, which is $20. $30. Basic card. Basic Owen. Medusamon alt art. Basic card. Memory. Woo! It's a cheap basic card. It's cheap now. It used to be $10 each. Basic card. Basic card or full art card. $5. $1 to $5. Basic card. 10 cents. Ukomon. $1. Owen Dreadnought, the coolest. The coolest alt art that I got from a trade. This was $50. I traded a $170 card for it. $30. Or $50 again. Basic Owen Dreadnought. Memory Setter for $5. Another very cool alt art of this Tamer. I love this Tamer. It's so cool. Some basic option cards. I would love the alt art for this card, but it's $100, and I'm not gonna do that for one card. Foil versions. I think there's a fourth one somewhere. There should be a fourth. Foil. Full bordered foil. $1 each. Expensive Ukomon. $20 that I pulled from an event. I'm missing one of the foils. But, and then normal Ukomon. I'm assuming you pulled more than half of them and didn't spend too much. Most of this, I traded. I think I bought just to fill out. If I get all but one of the alt arts via trade, I tried to go and get the last alt art just to finish it up, but I have not spent. The only deck that I've spent a ton of money on was my Jessamine deck, and I still didn't spend over like $50 on a card. Most of these they were $10 when I bought them, and I got them, and then it started hitting nationals, and now it's inexpensive. I have only kept up with the price. Most of the time I got them when they were like $5-10 each, and now they're expensive. That's why the Lamiamon that I have as a release event, I tried getting it from people. No one had many more of them, so... No one locally had them, and they were originally the Lumnia release events ones. Only during the release event day were they like $5. After that, they jumped up to 30 each. Like, I'll show you right now. What am I talking about? Never mind. And the one that I said was $80, it went down to 30. Okay. So I have two of these, they're $8. I might be a later thing. Actually, no. But I want this! How much is this? Because I haven't seen a judge for this yet. $20. I would like this, but it's specifically a judge pack. So it went up from. Oh, it's 37. This is the cheapest it's been listed in a while. That's a 4 of. Let's check. Yeah. I got all 4 of these. This has always been around this range. Like, you can check here. Like, the most it was 16, and that was, like, let's go 6 months. Yeah, the most it was 22, and I got them when they were, like, right here. And most of the time I traded for them. My Rift Stone deck right now is valued at 2. Yeah. And these are alt arts too. This is not the base card. $20, man. Look at that. Look at that. Just boom, boom. No one's buying this on you. That's crazy. Like 2 soul. That's 1 thing. Not a whole lot of. I think I traded all of mine. I think I traded for 9 of these. Cool. Own Dreadnought. Look at that! $2. $2 for all the cool alt arts. That's $11 now? Ooh. I'm gonna be real. I like this alt of that card better. This alt art looks better. I like this one better. Don't need anything about it. Let's look at the Elizamon. $40 for a card that you... So expensive. It used to be so... It used to be so cheap. I should have bought them when they were cute. It's never gonna go back down. I'm never gonna max ready this deck. It's so freaking expensive. He is from the manga series. He's the one that is the tamer for Elizamon in the manga. Because there was a manga series that was pretty much just Yu-Gi-Oh! But for Digimon. And he was the champion with War Greymon that lost to Galactic. Yee. And those are the alt arts. And I know not a whole lot of TCGs have alt arts, but those are the alt arts for the cards I have. Yeah, Digimon's still an affordable. My Rift deck is still like 200 to 300. Yeah, my if you total up all the price for my Medusamon deck without the alt arts, like base cards only, it's about $200. It's about $200. With the alt arts, it's closer to the 450. But again, you can make the Glowing Dawn deck that I have built on the simulator for maybe $90, maybe more, or maybe less. Like, you get the 2 starter decks, you get the ultra rares that you don't have, and you get the 5-cent cards you don't have, and boom, you have a deck that's $90 that is competitive. Like, a lot of my locals are like, oh, slowing down's not going to be competitive. Everyone in Japan is saying it's tier 1. Like, there's multiple builds of it, and there's definitely different ways to build it based off of references, just like any deck is. But still, $90 after buying the 2 starter, like the 2 starter decks you need to mash together, and then buying all the extra cards from the booster box that came out around the same time as the deck. $90. The reason I get booster packs or boxes is mainly because it's cheaper to open. It's cheaper to open packs and trade for alt arts and stuff than it is to buy them outright. If you want to just build a straight deck that you think is fun, go for that. You don't need to go buy packs. I just like supporting local from my TCG, local TCG store, local game store. Oh, and speaking of TCGs, my next batch of mats are finally being shipped. Let me see if I can pull up the... Let me see where they're at. I am trying to be a little more chill about working on this stuff because I'm trying not being rushed. Because this is a portfolio piece. I did a lot of art between January and February and April. I did a lot of art between January and April. The label has been created. Probably won't be shipped out till later tonight because it is from China that it's coming from. So, and that is not because I did not try finding local manufacturing in the States. I did search. I searched a lot. But I'm sorry, they all order from where I order and then charge me what I would charge people. It does not make sense for me to do it that way. Financially. So, like, if I want to sell it, I don't want to make people spend double what the market spends on playing that stuff. But that is just my perspective on how playmat should be sold. I did try finding specific sellers, and everyone I emailed, everyone I messaged, they're all like, yeah, but we buy off of this site and then get it to you guys. We're just the middleman. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Hey, our viewers! Hey, Mr. Flattered Expression.
No. The banhammer has fallen. Hey, have you guys seen the new Devil May Cry season? It's so good. It's so much better than the first season, I will have to say. I know I'm a niche micro celebrity according to how many TikTok followers I have. But I've been trying to figure out what I need to do. Devil May Cry? There's only 2 seasons. 3rd season? Third. I'm actually talking about the newer season. If that changes what we're talking about. No, I said the new season. There's only 2. Huh? Huh? Clip it if I'm lying. Clip it if I'm lying. Just prove it. Your friend said the latter third of the first. There's like 12 episodes of the 3rd season. Was it dragging on? My chat hates the new DMC season. Ooh. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not gonna hate that. Everyone has their own opinions. Do they? I mean, there was some things that I know a lot of people that were hardcore Devil May Cry players did not like this show or hasn't liked the show because they like the older version, the older anime. But I have no idea what happened since I didn't watch it. They said the only good thing about it is the animation. I guess I just have hope core for things. Very hopeful and like the animation is glorious. But the thing is that people are going to complain on the internet in the wrong places. And in the wrong way. everyone's gonna be a hater. At some level. Like, I went to go see the new Mandalorian and Grogu movie that came out last weekend. And I feel like I'm one of the only people that enjoyed it. Like, yes, there were issues with it, but Star Wars has always been made for kids and fans, and I feel like no one's happy anymore. Whew. Yeah. That is an option. Oh, oh, okay. If it works.
Yeah, we'll see what that works. I still put the dog gate up too.
Okay.
So we have 3 layers.
Oh, did you put the other thing on? Or, oh, that's what you're talking about with command strips. Got it. Yeah, because for some reason it's like, you need to screw this on. Wow. You need to drill this into your wall. I saw the Mortal Kombat movie last weekend, and I loved it. It was definitely a more fun than good movie, but still. And that's what you go for those movies. You don't go for the plot. Mortal Kombat. That's the plot. You go for what the title says. Also, don't want to distract you too much from drawing, but I'm also being a bad DM and doing a last minute time crunch on my battle map introductory scene 5 days before my that is more time than I give myself. I used to give myself that much time. Don't worry about distracting me. I'm trying to... This does not have a deadline, and I'm trying to be a little bit more... pragmatic is not the word. Specific about how this looks. I think that's the right word. But yeah, don't worry about distracting me. I do not have a deadline for this. If I did, I would be working on this during my day shift. During when I have free time at work. I could very well work on this while I'm working too. Which, if I get the urge to, I will. Well, whenever you want, I need some DM input on where I should put enemies. More so guards, since my players are breaking into a holy church for a relic, because they're all criminals, and I want to see if you think where I place their books. Do you send it over? Yeah, send it over. I can. None of your players watch this, right? No, we're good. What channel are you posting it in? Hyundai chart. Just let me know when it's posted. But if you're wanting to figure out placement for NPCs, I can help with that. That's an easy help. Pews. Okay. This is the second floor where they're trying to get the medallion. This is the first floor. My first issue. Where the crap are the stairs to go up? Unless these are it, because those are not going the right direction for those to be the same. Stairs. That's my main unless it's magical wibbly wobbly, main concern. This is the second floor. I would say, depending on how precious it is, 2 to 4 guards here. One right there, one right there. Or in the yeses. The stairs are in the yes. So 2 guards there. 2 guards here. And depending on how Catholic this is, those are the stairs. Okay. I would switch the orientation for these to match. Or to show, you have to show in a way that they are coming in this direction. Because that would be that would confuse your players if you're going to use these maps. Now, this depends on how religious these are. How Catholic are they? What is the location going to look like? Most of the time, if it's a smaller town, 2 at the door, 2 on either side of the altar, 2 here and 2 here. So maybe 4 per floor. If it's a small area. If it's a larger, more prominent Catholic-based religion, like think Roman versus random town in America. So if this is a random town in America, there'll be 4 per floor to guard whatever artifacts they have. If it is... It's almost if I'm using D&D gods, but obviously Christianity inspired. Yeah. I'm using Christianity as a base for myself. The next level is 4 for the door, so 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, or here, and 1 for each of these pillars, and 2 guys per door or per entrance for the stairwell. To switch 2 up there, 4 here, 1 for each pillar, 1 for each of the entrances of the doors. If you want to go super, especially up on the 2nd floor, there would probably be archers at the windows. And then, throw in the magical religious is bad pope into the mix. One that's like, I'm a demon. You're a demon. Something like that. That's actually going based off of my D&D campaign currently. Do you think it was smart in terms of introduction, Casey, for me to put the legendary one that's going to collapse the church on the 2nd floor? Do you think they're going to get it too fast? I want to spend a bit of time since they do not know each other. Oh! Okay, you need a 3rd floor and put that relic at the bottom. In the basement. Put the fake out on display. Make a fake that's going to be out on display. Now that I understand what's going on, now that I understand that this is an introductory thing, put the fake in the display. The real one hidden underneath, and make it so that the fake has a trap that will disintegrate it and blow up anyone nearby. Obviously make it low, so if your party's at low level, they can still survive. But then, if your party finds out that if the person that is hiring them to get the artifact finds out that it's actually fake, they can go be like, oh, the real one's still at the church somehow. You can leave hints to that. Make a basement with an actual vault and a guardian. What they call an angel is actually just a stone golem that the party has to fight. Or, if they can't handle it, they can give it the simple password. The access to the passwords, the access to the basement is through the altar on the first floor. Through a trap door that they will have to make a perception check depending on the level, either through 15 or 25, depending on level. Is this the, like, level 5? What level are they? So, my go-to, if you want to make it last an entire session, is 3 to 4 or 3 to 5 interactions, depending on the difficulty of that you plan for. Just got their subclasses. Okay. So if that's the case, that this is a small church, use the small church idea that I gave earlier. Don't do heavy fortified. This is a small location, small church. Okay. Make the, if you want to do the go downstairs in the basement is where the actual fight is, make that a deadly encounter with a stone golem. Make sure it is barely into deadly encounter because your party might not succeed on it. Yes, exactly. That's what I was talking about with the altar, showing off the, showing where the actual talisman is. But also realize that your party will probably be like, oh, why did it disintegrate? It's supposed to be a relic, right? So if it's a relic, that means it's supposed to be magical and it should not disintegrate. So they can make a wisdom save or a history check or an arcana check. And that's when they'll realize, oh, this is a fake. depending on how many party members you have, I would say, yeah, just like from The Mummy, to how they opened up the book. If they don't immediately make the ask for the check, be like, okay, now you can make a wisdom save, because that's your character felt like that was off, and because this is a role-playing game, they're role-playing their characters. And then you can be like, oh, make it different based off of what class they are. If one's a rogue, be like, well, you've heard tell that sometimes places use fix so that people don't steal the original as easily. And then if the thief looks at the statue, with which they should, they will be like, if you have it, there's something off. There's a little divot in the chest of this statue that's different than the one upstairs. That's in the same position or same shape as the artifact upstairs. Wonder why. Treat it as if... What I found is treat D&D as being a dungeon master as how Aloy was treating you during Horizon Forbidden Wilds. Because people still don't realize that they did that because people complained about how hard some of the puzzles were. And, if you want, I have several traps that I use at every single one of my campaigns. The infinite hallway trap is my favorite. Where they keep walking, and every 120 feet, they see a doll at the bottom corner, you can pick a side, at the left side, that seems familiar. Or something. And the puzzle is if they keep walking, they will walk forever. If they walk backwards, they will walk forever. But if they pick up the doll, they can if they walk towards the direction of the doll where the doll is at, they can exit the trap. Not if they pick up the doll, not if they walk into the wall. And that's how they get out of the trap. Because every other location of the wall feels solid, except for next to the doll. Yeah. The only way to exit is that it's a fake wall where the doll is at, and that's it. Another one of my favorite dungeon crawl esque things is not giving an exit that goes right to the outside, but making them have to go through the traps backwards. Like having them to go through, oh, there's 3 doors. Choose the right, they keep going through. Go choose the middle, it teleports them back to the end of the hallway. Choose the left, it's a death trap. But if they have to go back through that, they have to choose the left, because if they choose the left, it's the right going in. What's another trap that I like doing? Oh, the sandpit trap. They have, once the sand is starting, you have to activate initiative for them to go through this specific trap. But the initiative counter is 6 rounds. They have 6 rounds, a minute, to activate or deactivate the trap. You can juice this up in any way that you want. But the sand trap is they get teleported into this room. And since they were teleported, they only see that there is sand starting to fill up the room. That's when you start activating initiative. First round, they have to find out what's around them, which you can describe it before that or whatever. Usually I'm like, okay, there's 4 different levers on each corner of the room. If there's, this is usually a 1 or 2 person trap. If you have a full group, it kind of ends in like a round. Because what they have to do is each round, they have to trigger the, there will be symbols that you can make up to indicate what the actual, to hint to what the actual order that they have to trigger them in is. But most of the time, my party just triggers them willy-nilly and tries to activate them willy-nilly. And eventually they get it. But once they get all those triggers in the correct order that you can figure out on your own, the pit empties and they fall through, and it's an opening to get out. Usually I describe it as there's railings that are on the other side of the fall that they safely land on because they fall with the sand. And then they can continue on. If they do not succeed at pulling all the levers in the correct order. This is why this trap is very hard If they do not succeed in a minute per rounds, they can take as much time as they want to discuss, but they only get one action per round. Movement and action. That's it. They will die. If they do not succeed, they will. Oh, my favorite of all time traps to throw at my party is it's when you have to force the party to split up into single groups, like one person per trap. But this is one of those one person per traps situations I like giving them. They have to fight themselves. Make a mirror room that summons an alternate version of themselves that they have to fight and survive. If they survive, cool. Give them not double what they have, but give them some stuff. They can grab some stuff from their alternate form's body before it disappears. But if they die, grab their character sheet, change their alignment to the complete opposite that they are, and hand them back their character sheet, because now they're playing the they're playing the thing that was summoned to fight them. But with all their memories, just acts different. If you're playing with that. If they're true neutral, they have to fight two of themselves. And you can make the reward whatever. They can just leave. It can just be a challenge. And oh, see ya, dude, man. It can give them a good night, good dude, man. It can give them a hint to one of the things in their backstory. It can tell, like, if they win, it can be like, don't trust this guy in your backstory, or trust only this person, or leave it up to them to interpret it. But it's a good way to lead into. I prepared a fun town for them to be in. This was not intentional, but it's funny. But I made a town that's anti-magic, and this has a Colosseum cultural problem. The only non-magical user I have in the party is a monk. And now, joining the plan was that the city has some information students at the front end who cast some spells. They like this silence. Yeah. Go for it. I throw it in every single wizard's tower because that I run. Because in my wizard's towers, there's always a door that teleports the party 1d6 away from each other. It sends them to a random room in the entire tower. That is 1d6. It makes it so that they have to figure out a different trap for each person. If you really want to do it, you can have them roll. But instead of letting the rolls dictate what happens, you can make it so that the rolls are just for them to roll to feel like they're somewhat in control. But still the traps are very player oriented. Like, it's based off of their characters. Like, you're not role playing this very well, so I'm gonna send you over to the alternate personality. Oh yes, they have. Because it copies everything they have, including their items that they never use, that are broken, and would destroy them with those items they never used. Because then they're like, that's how you use that item? And I'm like, yeah, that's what it says on the roof. Or you can have them the funnest one that I've heard that I haven't had the chance to try yet is make a bunch of notes for each party member to get and receive, and have them be like, you are not the doppelganger. Yeah, no, they get all their memories, all their items, they just change alignments. Because you're like, no, you're playing this type of way, you're gonna be that type of way. Another one. Ooh, another scenario is, like I said, the doppelganger. Make it so that they all get a note that says they are not the doppelganger, and it makes it so I want to make it. It can be so much chaos, so much chaos in a party. I might do that this next time. Next time they're gonna stay at a city. I just realized based on my reference that that's blue. No, you just you give everyone the note that they're not the doppelganger. Is it an actual encounter? No. But they are not the doppelganger. Yeah, that's pretty much the same concept. What is with this music? Well, if that's where the music's at, maybe. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of the way I play. Is I gotta force my players to not be in character. That's the way I DM. Or force the players to be in character, not to be themselves. Do you have like a sorcerer or like a cleric? You can use my false hydra concept, depending on how good of a character they are. There's this character that always wants to go home, always wants to enjoy time with his friends back at his house. But there was an accident. He hasn't been home for a while. The party goes home with the party member that is either a sorcerer or a cleric. Because the cleric is religious to a god that no one else knows. It is until the last moments that the cleric realizes he is the bait to bring food for the false hydra. every time he or she brings meals, the false Hydra sings a song to have the cleric forget about his friends. And then he goes on his merry way to bring more. To bring more home. Praying to the Hydra for years of service, where he now gets power through said Hydra. That was actually one of my players. He's like, no, I'm gonna be this cleric that has amnesia. I don't know what the god is that I pray to. I'm very chill with all the other gods. I always want to go home. And I'm like, oh, is that your backstory? He's like, yep, that's my backstory. No idea where my life is. And I'm like, and then later on they're like, hey, can you throw a false Hydra at us one of these days? It would be pretty cool. And I'm like, you have to realize you might actually already be facing one. Oh no, it's fun when you do it specifically with a cleric. Because a warlock, they know they're talking to something shady. But a cleric, when you throw at them that the thing that they've been praying to has been feeding off of them for years. Yep. It's such a feast. So, I have tough times with character deaths because I usually plan out like full arcs for each character. This campaign, I've had one player play now 5 separate characters, and it's kind of bothering me because I try to make things clear. That thing is dangerous. I'm like, I'm gonna touch it. It is 9:30. I gotta go to bed because I have work in the morning. So let's see. Enough to raid. Cool. Let's find someone to raid for YouTube. Thank you so much, everyone that's on YouTube Live saying hi and stuff. Oh, there's only 0 viewers. So thank you. Bye. And for YouTube, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you are.